What is up, YouTube? I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I wanted to share with you guys 6 back pain tips to help you work through COVID-19. Now, a lot of you guys with back issues out there are probably self-isolating or in quarantine, and you're finding yourself in a difficult position because you have existing back issues. Maybe you can't go to the gym, you can't go to physio, chiropractor, and you can't get the treatment that you may be going through, and it leaves you in a tough position. So with this video today, I'm sharing with you 6 back pain tips to help you get you through your back issues and back pain, and hopefully to help you kind of get you through your recovery and to at least make progress during this time and not have any setbacks. So number 1, stay active. Now this is going to be most important for people with back issues that are triggered mechanically, and in the sense that, say you have issues with sitting, the important thing is you want to be as active as possible, because if you're sitting for too long, if you find yourself at home maybe just working from your computer, or you're watching Netflix just on the couch, you're not really moving, you're stiffening, everything's getting more stiff and so you're stiffening up. The important thing is what ends up happening is as a result of that static loading over time, that can create cramping, that can trigger some symptoms, trigger pain. So the important thing is to move around, loosen up a lot of those tissues, a lot of those muscles, allow them to kind of relax, and just to change your position and posture every so often without kind of triggering symptoms. That's going to be very important for you, especially when you're kind of at home and in self-isolation. Now, on to my second tip now, is educate yourself. So while you're at home, and if you're working or not, I'm sure you have a lot of free time because you don't have the same maybe commute to work, you're not traveling as much, you're not a lot of those maybe hobbies or things that you did outside of the house, maybe going to play hockey, you just don't have, you can't do that anymore, at least for this time. So here's a good opportunity to educate yourself. And so, you can read books like Back Mechanic, which I think everyone with back issues should read, and at least any maybe of McGill's work, Gift of Injury, Ultimate Back Fitness and Performance, Low Back Disorders. Now is a good time to really educate yourself about back issues and back pain if you have some existing back issues and are just looking to overcome your current problems and just looking to make the best recovery possible. So you have a lot of time now. You have resources on the web. You can look at my YouTube channel. You can look at Stuart McGill's work. There's a lot of resources out there that you can obtain, and there's books here to read that you'll find a lot of good information about, and it'll just help educate yourself and make you more knowledgeable about your injury and how to overcome it. So that's my second tip: educate yourself. Number three is an interesting one, and right now is, well, it is a problem that we aren't able to, leave our homes, and we're not able to get the treatment that we want, and this and that, whatever you say. You can kind of flip it and take almost a positive out of this. And I've said this to a few of my clients now, online clients, is that right now I had a few clients that were having difficulty making a lot of strides in their recovery just because of their work, and they were required to maybe sit or stand for long periods of time, whether they were working a desk job or they were a teacher or whatnot, going back from standing to sitting, and it was really taking away from their progress. So being confined to your house and in self-isolation, and one thing is that you have the freedom to work as you want if you're at home doing work, or working from home per se. You can work in positions that allow you to work pain-free, and that could be laying down, that could be standing, maybe sitting, whatever it is, but you have the freedom to adjust your time in those positions. You don't have the pressure from other people around you, or maybe from students that you're teaching. You can kind of just get up and move freely and work as you want. So it is a good opportunity out there for people with back issues to actually make good improvements in their recovery, because they can really buckle down and eliminate a lot of those painful positions, especially for people that work desk jobs. I think this is going to be a critical time and a good opportunity for those people to make progress during this period. It's something that people may not look at, but look at it from the flip side and take a lot of the negative, and this could be a good opportunity to really make progress with your back issues. So that is my third tip, is to kind of use this current situation and try to turn it into a positive, in the sense that you have a lot more control over your postures, the motions you're engaging in, and the load that you're placing on your spine throughout the day. So be very careful and just really kind of buckle down on that, and you should be able to make some progress with your recovery. So that's my third tip, is just use this as an opportunity to kind of overcome your back issues. Number 4, exercise. So a lot of people right now, I'm finding a lot of clients just aren't keeping themselves accountable. There just isn't that same accountability with gyms closing down and with everything just being pretty much being shut down. No one really wants to do anything. People are just, even though they're staying home, they're not doing anything at home other than watching maybe Netflix and doing a little bit of work and just calling their friends and family every day to see how everyone's doing. So the thing is that for people that have been making a lot of progress in the gym, now is not the time to stop. Yes, it's going to be a lot difficult to continue with that progress, and it quite frankly, you may not be able to, but that's not to say you can't maintain. And so there's a lot of different ways we can work out and train just at home, different bodyweight workouts. Maybe you have a couple bands, weights, perhaps maybe you can even order some equipment, which I know is probably difficult right now with a lot of fitness stores either being kind of shut down or just are running out of equipment. So with that being said though, use the equipment you have, and you can still get a good training effect if you're just smart and strategic with what you do. And if you need any tips or anything, feel free to reach out with me with any questions that you have. I'd be happy to help you guys out in terms of how to structure a workout with maybe some of the equipment that you have and kind of point you in the right direction. So keep yourself accountable. That is tip number 4. Don't stop exercising. It's also good for your mental health. A lot of people, there's negative headline after negative headline on the news, and something like exercise could provide a lot of stress relief. So keep exercising and try to maintain as best as you can during this time. Number 5. So for people dealing with back issues now is also an opportunity to reach out to other people in the community. Everyone's going online right now. Everyone's going into these virtual platforms and groups and settings and to communicate with each other. So I think kind of getting into a support group, and my YouTube channel is one of them. I have thousands of subscribers on there that share their stories, and people will kind of engage in different conversations about their stories, and a way to maybe comfort each other. But it doesn't have to be my YouTube channel. It could be Facebook groups or different forums out there where people are kind of sharing their current back issues, what they're doing for their recovery, just to kind of offer another support line, or just to people feel better when they know that others are going through the same thing as them, and it can ease the mind a little bit when it comes to recovery. And it's also just a way to to keep each other motivated. So that is my 5th tip. Just look out to different forums, Facebook groups. If you need that sort of support or motivation, reach out to those groups and kind of communicate with others that may be going through similar situations as yourself. And obviously feel free to reach out to me. I will talk to you and do my best I can to help you guys out who are currently going through similar back issues that I went through during my time with my own back pain. Now, moving on to the final tip for you guys, number 6, virtual training, virtual therapy. So virtual training and therapy, it's been around, I'd say, for a little while now, but it was never really a mainstream thing now. And not until recently now, everyone has been forced to come on into a virtual setting in order to keep their business practice going. It's just the way things are, and it's the way things are going to be going in the future. I think after the coronavirus and everything, a lot of people, their behavior is going to change, and not everyone may be comfortable going back into a gym setting and working in a really a large group setting and being around a lot of people, or maybe not having a clinician like a physio chiro putting their hands on you, just out of the risk for maybe infection, stuff like that. People may be just a little bit fearful and scared of that just because of everything going on. So I think what's going to happen now is a lot of the virtual training, online training and therapy and all that is going to slowly start to take off, and it's taken off in the last couple of weeks. But I think even as we return back to normal, this will become a new normal per se. It'll be more common, and people will be more open to doing a lot more online stuff. So I think this is an opportunity for anyone out there right now that is currently struggling with maybe back issues to reach out, to maybe different specialists who may be providing these services if they need some help or special help, because a lot of clinics, gyms, and everything has been pretty much shut down. So you can't really get that same treatment or training as you were previously. So there is a new opportunity here on a virtual aspect and an online aspect to still get the service that you may need and help that you may need for your own back issues and to help with your recovery. So just wanted to kind of mention that to you guys. Those are my 6 tips for you. So if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below, or even reach out to me via email. My email is askcoach@remisovran.com. I'll be happy to address any questions or concerns or any comments that you may have and want me to help you out with. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys are all safe during this time, and hopefully everyone with back issues out there can kind of take this time to at least make some sort of progress, or at least maintain the recovery during this time, and hopefully things don't get worse, because now is not the time to throw your back out at all because of what's going on. So hopefully this video helps you guys out, and I will see you guys all later. All the best, and take care.